Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let me know if you can hear the audio okay. I decided to start a little bit early in order to tell everybody how this stream will go. I'm also going to comment in the meantime on the Timepiece Gentleman's latest video. And also I will take some questions that you guys might have for Paul Thorpe. So let's get into this. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. Please, if you're watching this stream, make sure to answer the poll. Answer the poll in the chat. Okay, so just before I even get into the comments, I wanted to talk a little bit. I took some notes to talk a little bit about the latest video and what I thought about it. Okay. So just looking at the Timepiece Gentleman's video, it looks like they did a good job with that video. Good job in a very objective way. I think it did the job that it had to do. Okay. It seemed like they retold the story. Very good way to kind of regain a little bit of trust. They retold Anthony's story. Now, they did answer a few questions in there. They gave away the watch that they were supposed to give away a long time ago. But we know how these things are. I mean, when you're working online, there's just so much stuff that's happening. It's very hard to do, but they apparently, it looked like in the video they did give it away, and it also looks like they will give away the Oyster Perpetuals to charity. Now, unfortunately, I would like to see the receipts, so to speak. And it's just like we can trust them, but we should check. That's just my view. I think they should probably post the receipts to the people who got their watches and for the charities on the website, just so that people who don't trust them can go there and verify. So that would be about that. Now, unfortunately, they did not, in a way, like apologize for what they did. It looks like they decided to kind of skip over that section. They didn't want to open up some wounds because there's a lot of people who probably are unaware of the crisis that they went through, and probably they didn't want to make themselves look bad. I mean, who wants to do that? So that's very understandable. There was very little of Marco. You basically, it's like he wasn't there. He just appeared for a couple of minutes. He didn't look too good, and then he kind of disappeared. I don't know how long. Like, I don't know what's going on between them, but it doesn't look good. Yeah. So that's just my reaction kind of to the video. Obviously, everyone is free to make up their own mind, and I think they I think they're okay. They're a few steps behind, but it looks like they're trying to pick up where right before everything went up into the air, right? Now let's okay, so I'm going to have Paul Thorpe joining me in about like 15 minutes. And he's going to be here only for 30 minutes. Okay, guys? So we have very little time. I'm going to bring him on. I have like 5 questions to ask him. And then I'm going to bring on JJ and Marco. And they'll have like a question or two each. And we'll talk, 4 of us will talk a little bit. and then Paul Thorpe is going to leave, and we'll stay behind and discuss it. And if anyone from our regular viewers wants to jump on, they'll be free to do so after that. So that's going to be the format. We have to be short, we have to be quick, we have to be precise, okay? Because we don't have too much time. Let's go through the chats real quick. Like the button. My only question is, why haven't you clicked the like button? Guys, if you're watching this stream, I left work early, 2 hours early. Please do me a favor, click the thumbs up button. I'm doing this for you guys as much as for the watch community. I want to see how this goes. Please, if you can help me out, please do that. That's the least you can do. It's just I couldn't focus at work because I was just trying to schedule this live stream, and I would really appreciate it. The like button, because we haven't seen the stream. Okay, fair enough, but make sure to click the button at the end. We got the watch cardinal in the stream. Nice one. Thank you. Eddie Fu says, Paul, first question to Paul Thorpe, can Marco please return the $1,000 back to the ex-girlfriend? Now that's a fair question. I think it's a necessary one. That came up during one of my streams. Although he will be doing the interview with Anthony, I don't know how fair it is to ask Anthony to a question that's supposed to be for Marco, but I would like that issue to be resolved. I would love Marco to come back to us what he's going to do about that, and if it's true or anything. I mean, we still it's hard to know if how true any of that was. I would love Marco to release a statement regarding that situation. Eddie Fu, second question: can anyone that paid the $2,000 get their money back? It's a very fair point. I have that same question here. Eddie Fu, third question. It's very good, Eddie. Thank you so much. They intentionally vandalized their store and ghosted everyone and hired a few sleazy lawyers to go to local TV stations. Was that part of the charity event too? Okay. Okay, that's a little spicy. I don't think they hired the lawyers to do that. I think most from my perspective. I think the lawyer was a client of theirs, and maybe he was doing other work for them, and he probably was in the situation where he could do that. But fair enough. No softball questions, man. Just get Oshin or even Adrian from the Bark and Jack to grill him. Trust me, the questions would be different because of the prior relationships. I mean, I tried to reach out to Anthony if he would like me to grill him, but as you know, he said no. I sent him a message earlier today. He hasn't seen my message. So it is what it is. Watch card. Let's give Paul the benefit of the doubt. That's why he's doing this, to get question ideas from us, guys. That's right. Let's be polite. Let's be respectful. Let's try to see where this goes. I think at this point, I should point out, if I was in Anthony's shoes, and let's say if I was a little bit, as a lot of people say, a little bit narcissistic, I think this Paul, and if he has something to hide, I think this interview could probably do more harm to his plans than good, because of how well done, in quotation marks, everything is, like how well this video is probably going to be perceived that they dropped today. So it's possible that they didn't expect such a neutral reaction. Ken Fresno. Paul isn't going to put up with a bunch of cheeks. It's right. And oh my god, let's get this one. Duco Ted, $5 super chat for Tim's hiking trip. Duco, thank you so much. It's highly appreciated. Yeah, it's gonna help out because I am going to lose a whole bunch of money on that trip. I mean, that's a disaster. But I feel like if I don't do it, I will never do it. Yeah, and I took off some time from work today. It's all around, it's no good. SFL spotter Marco said he was in pain from flipping go-kart at 60 miles per hour, which I don't believe he would have had noticeable injuries. Interesting. Um, Very interesting. It's the first time I hear about this. And MM says Tony is hand delivering the charity Oyster Perpetual, so they'll have video. Right. I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't know if they should be filming. Mm, if they should be filming themselves delivering the charitable donations, but it is what it is. EPC acquisitions at the Watch Cardinal. Tempe's Gentleman video was damage control back to square one. Reintroduce themselves and replay their origins. Exactly. That's why I thought, for the purpose of stop the bleeding, I thought it was good. But just I didn't like. Again, I'm not saying I liked the video. I'm saying from their perspective and what it does for them, it did its job. Where is Marco? Why not talking? Why nobody's talking? Why is Marco not going on Paul Thorpe's with Tony? Paul Thorpe's with Tony. Marco will be okay, I'm a little bit confused, but Marco will be on. Tim S. In TPG's video, first half, Anthony gave recap their entire business, starting from before he met Marco, went over hiring all the employees through the blackout to now. Yes, and that's why I thought it was a kind of a good setup, because it appeals to what people like about them, kind of the where they came from, where they're going, and etc. So everything that, like, for normal viewers, they already know all that stuff. So it was like, oh, who cares? We already know all of this. But for the new viewers, I think it was pretty good. Now, it didn't get as many views as I would expect it to get. Igor Podrug. Hard to believe Tempe's Gentleman is claiming they'll hit over 50 million in overall revenue for this year by December. I think that's just like clickbait titles. Yeah, I think that's just marketing. They're just trying to get the clicks on the video, and that's the most clickbaity title. Does that say anything about them? Hard to say whether I would be able to judge them. They were doing these kind of titles even before the scandal, right? So my thinking is that can't really judge someone by the title. So, question for Paul: did he invite Marco? Oh, I already did this one. Oh, Marco, did he invite Marco on with Tony? Why is Tony doing Q&A? Right. So that's a yes. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, where is Marco going to be there? And I have this. It's one of my questions. Whose idea was this? Yeah. Yeah. No, but I think it's going to be just Anthony. But we'll see. We'll ask. We'll ask. M3. He will not appear. That's my thinking. Is that I thought the video was kind of did all the job that it needed to do. So at this point, I think if I was in their shoes, I would say, yeah, I think the video answers all the questions. If the video, however, went downhill, then I think it would still be good to have the kind of the interview. But then again, it can look bad on them if they don't do the interview. So watch Cardinal, make it right, Marco. Marco, something is giving us Marco a bad reputation. Yeah, Marco is. It always gets very confusing because we got two Marcos. Oh my god. Okay, I think I caught up. Oh my god, there's a lot of chats. Watch it, Fisto. He used a lawyer to troll Archie Luxury. What kind of horrible childish crap is that? Right, it make no sense. It made no sense. It's not like he should have been appealing to YouTubers who can make videos with thousands and thousands of impressions. And unfortunately, how Archie videos did get a lot of views, but I didn't think they translated too good into positive coverage of the story and aftermath. So it was waste of money, and I think maybe maybe he wanted to go to Nick and Sam, so use that opportunity to do it. It's just, sometimes you tell, like, people tell themselves sometimes stories. I'm just doing this for this reason, whereas it could be for something else. Perf, luxury. Tim, we need Judge Rinder to interview Timepiece Gentleman, so we can hear Robert Rinder call Timepiece Gentleman the M word. Okay. Yeah, SFL spotter at the watch guard. Paul said he wasn't going to, but all the questions were being put up on Paul's video he put out. I mean, Paul did say that most of the questions that he's going to ask Anthony are already there. So we'll just see. We'll just see how he addresses them. Watch it, Fisto. Obviously, Paul is just doing Tony Boyflex a favor. Tempe's Gentleman has a 100K sub account. They don't need to do any interviews with anyone. Just bump out the usual trash and move on. Let's hope it's not true. Paul M hates him. Thank you, Paul. Tom H. He bet 1 million of his own money that they will reach $50 million in sales. I don't know if it's going to be ever even possible to prove it, but if they do, that's good on them. That's pretty impressive. I'd be really impressed. It's always good to see some good goals, right? Anthony said if he doesn't hit 50 million, he will give 1 million of his own money to charity. Does he actually have 1 million of his own money? If he does, that's pretty good. Wow, that's really good. Duco Ted, let's all be honest. Real honest. Timepiece Gentleman is a watch community joker. Batman needs a dance partner. Everyone loves this drama. Duco Ted is right on the money, guys. Look, personally, I did benefit to a large extent from all this drama, and I think a lot of the watch community, a lot of the smaller YouTubers did get a lot of clicks, views, subscribers because of everything that was going on. So it, I think, in a way, by being the Joker, Timepiece Gentleman has, in a way, has brought the watch community together in opposition against him. So it's hard to argue against that, Duco Ted. Really good comment. I can see Paul Thorpe in the background. Paul, just when you're ready, give me a thumbs up and I'll put you on the big screen. Okay. Just gonna let me just read this super chat. $5. Bradley, in the newest Tempe's Gentleman video that dropped today, go back and look at the body language on F. Anthony's crew. It looks like they are done and defeated. I agree. I agree. It looked pretty bad. Here we go. Paul, welcome
Good
to the
evening,
stream.
Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Can you hear me all right? I'm just trying to work. I'm actually in a little tiny hotel in a little rural village in
Oh,
the
look at
south
this.
of England. And I'm having to use my phone, so I hope that you can hear me and it's all okay.
Yeah, well, I can hear you perfectly. I already explained to people that you don't have much time. We'll try to keep it brief, keep it short, keep it moving. So it's I'm so happy to see you again. I want to thank you for letting me on to your stream yesterday and everything that you're trying to do for the smaller streamers and for the watch community altogether.
It's all my pleasure, mate. The main reason that I actually wanted to come on tonight was to issue an apology, if you like, to Toyota Mo. Okay, so listen.
Look,
I
I
don't.
mean, I know, and there's I don't think you need to. Okay, but sorry, my wife's just leaving for work. I think I sorted it out yesterday, and look, it was like an unfortunate coincidence that it was one of like the biggest supporters of my stream, and I think I told him like you weren't like specifically
No,
targeting him. It was
exactly.
just
I watched you. I watched what you said, and you actually was spot on. It was unfortunate that I mean I don't know how many messages came through last night. It was probably I don't know a couple of hundred plus. Okay, I think I caught sight out the corner of my eye of about three of those messages,
yeah.
and his was one that I saw. And what I was actually saying is that look, this wasn't aimed at him. It was just like, oh guys, give me a break. You know, it's like this isn't how it's going to be. This isn't, you know, just wait and see what happens. But yeah, so if he's watching, apologies. It wasn't meant for you personally, and I really mean that. So I hope wherever he is, whoever he is, he accepts my apology, and we can shake hands, cyber in a cyber fashion, and put it to bed.
Of course, of course. And I think it was a good kind of lesson for everyone because sometimes we hear something someone says and then we reinterpret it and we hear what we want to hear. And this is the kind of
Yeah,
thing that happens too often online when we're trying to analyze and reanalyze because we hear somebody can say a phrase, and then we'll just extrapolate and we can turn it into anything we want at the end of the day. So
yeah.
I think it was good lesson for the community in general. So I'm glad that we took care of that. But by the way, we didn't know that Timepiece Gentlemen they're going to release a new video when we scheduled this. Now, have you had a chance to see it?
I haven't seen it yet. I've been really busy today. I know that it's there. There's probably four or five videos that I need to catch up on today. Unfortunately, Tim, I'm in the middle of a rock and a hard place at the moment because I'm trying to run my family. I'm trying to run the channel. I'm trying to help some other people. And my main job between now and the weekend is to make sure that I do my job right and get Sadie's interview correct. And I was talking to a very trusted friend of mine earlier on who's a big watch YouTuber. Um,
Hmm.
I haven't asked his permission to say his name, so I'm not going to. It's like, and I was saying to him, look, my big fear is that I'm going to struggle. There's 10,000 questions, and you know, even if we stream for an hour and a half, we're only going to get through a fraction. So
Oh yeah.
humanly, it's not possible for me to keep everyone happy on Saturday. But what I'm going to do, as I said last night, was I'm going to take what I feel to be the most important ones, and I'm also taking other people's opinions on what they feel are the most important questions. And then when I have a general consensus opinion of the top 5, 10, 20 questions, however many they may be, and they are the ones that I will ask Anthony about. You know, there's people asking me if I can ask Anthony when he's going to stop wearing his skinny jeans. That's not a question that, you know, that's not a question that I plan on putting to him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, there's a lot of silly questions out there, and I was actually so I did watch the video, and I was actually a little bit surprised by it, because I think it actually addressed a few things. It addressed the what's going to happen to the charity watches. They said they'll give them away, as they promised before, and they also, the Rolexes that they were supposed to give away at 100,000 subscribers. They announced the winners on those. Now, I do suggest that, because of the way things are, I mean, people are not going to believe them. I would suggest that they put like some type of receipts, some kind of proof, maybe on their website, so that people who don't believe them, they can go there and
yeah,
check some kind of evidence. That's just my opinion, and just because of there's so much mistrust, and that I would be extra cautious.
yeah. Look, Tim, you're absolutely spot on. I can't disagree with a word of that. Anything they do now um, just has to be transparent, and I would
Oh yeah,
imagine that Anthony knows that. Anything that is less than fully transparent will just open up opportunities for haters, and there are some haters out there. I've seen one or two things today that have really concerned me.
mm,
I have. I'm going to tell you this now because I'm hoping this person will come forward. But right now, there is someone claiming to me that Anthony owes them money and that he hasn't paid them. Okay, so I have tried. I've reached out to that person and said, "Come and tell me about it. I will speak to Anthony about it." They're not answering me,
yes,
and then they're telling people that I'm not answering them.
I
Now
see.
that is
And
concerning because
that is
look,
very concerning. And actually, I have another thing to add, because when I was doing one of my live streams, supposedly an ex-girlfriend of Marco has reached out to me, and she said that Marco owes her money. And although you will be talking to just Anthony.
well, that is one of the questions that I've put to him. Is Marco going
Uh-huh.
to be there?
Yes.
I'm not sure yet.
So I mean, I don't know, because if it's just going to be Anthony, I don't know how fair it is, but I think it's something that needs to be addressed, because if he owes ex girlfriend, he should comment on it. Maybe it was someone who was trying to stir up. There's no way for
Yeah,
me to know. Only he
I,
can answer if that's the truth.
I think what I have to be careful of is here, Tim, is that
Yes.
I don't want to leave myself open to professional haters, to people that
Yes.
just want to cause trouble. Now, what I want to
Yeah.
conduct on Saturday evening is a very professional, a firm, fair interview where
Yes.
Anthony gets the chance to say what he wants to say. Um,
Yes.
if he comes over well or not, that's up to Anthony. My
Yes.
job is merely to ask the questions. What I'm not prepared to do is ask wholly unsubstantiated questions. If someone
Right.
comes to me with an accusation that is
Yeah.
serious, I need some evidence. I'm not going to attack anyone on the say so of one person who writes me an anonymous email.
Yes.
That's not evidence.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying? I mean,
No,
look,
no,
there
no.
are a
I
lot.
understand. I mean, actually, because ever since that time, I mean, she sent me images of like some evidence that she was in fact ex girlfriend, and ever since she said that she doesn't want anything to do with it, because of some, I don't know,
Yeah,
of some other
there's
issues. But I mean,
there's all. Sorry, mate. There's a slight delay on the headphones here. There's also the issue of someone's private life as well,
right?
and I think there is a line to be crossed. I mean, we're focusing on watches. We're
Yes.
focusing on the watch industry. We're focusing on the effect that it had on the community. I don't really want to get involved in Marco or Anthony's personal life because that actually has nothing to do with us.
Yeah. As I said, I don't know how, if that would be fair. To me, I had this conversation with you because people will be asking about this, and
Mm.
so we needed to sort things out.
No, I
And
understand. I mean, if we go
yeah.
back in time, mate, I mean, I'm cracking on a little bit now. I'm a little bit older than you, mate, but I probably had a few girlfriends when I was younger. That wouldn't be too time, but I mean, look,
Oh, you're breaking up a little
I'm,
bit.
I'm looking, I'm looking for the real meat on. Still got me?
It's kind of hard to hear. Maybe you can
Let's have
turn
a
off
look.
your camera. Maybe that's gonna be a little bit easier on the
Let's have a look.
internet.
Hold on a second.
Mm.
Have I just disappeared? I'll leave and come back.
Okay. Okay, and I'll get a few more people on. Okay, let me drop the link. That's going to be for the Watch Cardinal and JJ to please join me. Hello, Marco. I put you straight up.
Should I turn my camera off? Just
Well, hold on. Let's 1 second. I'll take you off, and then I'll put Paul, and then I'll bring you back on. Okay. Okay, Paul. Let's
I'm
see
here. Can you hear me
how.
now? Is that
I
any
can hear
better?
you. It's a little bit slight delay. Maybe you know what? We might have to. You might have to turn off your camera, because I think, or maybe I'll turn off my camera,
No, no, no,
because
no.
I think.
Let me turn mine off. People are sick of seeing me anyway. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
The trouble is, I'm working from my phone, and I'd actually really not too good with this. So I'm not actually even sure how to turn it off. To be fair, on my phone. Look, guys, I don't want to. Is that better?
Yeah. Well, I can hear you. The audio, I think, is okay.
Yeah.
Let me
So
bring in
just get rid
Marco.
of.
And Marco, can you turn off your
That's it.
camera
Get
as
rid of.
well? Just let's do it like this. Oh, okay. All right. So okay. Now I think there's some things that people wanted to ask, and one of the things that people wanted to know is whether we will find out whose idea this was to do this kind of a stunt or this kind of a video, and what are they doing so that this doesn't happen again.
So that's obviously directed to me, Tim. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. If this is the something that you're going to ask
Tim,
are you?
Tim, what I'll say is this, and like,
Yeah.
I, I've watched a few videos last couple
Mm,
of days. I've read a few comments. A lot of people are forming an opinion as to what I'm going to ask, what I'm not going to
yeah.
ask, how I'm going to conduct the interview. What I would
Mhm,
say is, look, I think everyone just wait and see.
yeah.
I've got a plan in my mind and the way I'm going to structure it. I hope it's going to work for everyone. I will do my best. And I'll repeat what I said on one of my own videos the other day. Look, if I get anything wrong, it won't be because I wanted to get it wrong. I'll do my
Mm.
best. As for the questions, you're all going to have to wait and see.
Okay, that's fair enough. Fair enough. And look, I think it's fair for people to know that, so that they know, kind of, they have a kind of broad idea of what to expect from this interview. And Marco, do you have any questions for Paul?
yeah. So first, I just want to say hello, Paul. Nice to meet you,
Hey,
and thank.
hey, yeah, hey, Marco, how you doing, my friend? You all right?
Very good, thanks. How are you?
I apologise for the lack of quality. I was telling Tim I'm in a little country hotel in the south of England, and it's like I feel like I'm on dial-up here. Like the network's a bit slow.
Right. No, listen, it's all good. We appreciate you coming on, taking time out of your day. Regardless, first of all, before I ask you any timepiece gentleman related question, I need to know, Paul, how is the AP, the offshore chronograph, treating you?
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, I just love AP, and I always feel extra special when I put one of those on my wrist.
Nice. Okay, so I guess we can jump in kind of to the question that I had, and it was kind of brought it to my attention by a number of viewers, which, and Oshin kind of mentioned yesterday on JJ Gentleman's Hangout stream yesterday that you are a gentleman, and that's what we're worried is what kind of question, like how hard are you going to go on Timepiece Gentleman, right? Is Paul, you are a former watch dealer yourself, right? And obviously,
Yeah,
when you're part of the fraternity of kind of watch dealers, you feel a kind of sense of obligation, and rightfully so, right? Because you were in the business for such a long time, right? And so people are afraid you're going to have a sense of like a lack of objectivity, so to speak, right? Now, personally, I don't think it's a problem, but maybe you can speak on that a little bit more than. in myself.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair assumption, and people, obviously they're right. Maybe I am capable. The other way of looking at it is that I'm capable of looking at it from both sides of the fence. I have agreed to do this interview with Anthony with one proviso, and that is that he tells me the truth. I haven't told Anthony what questions he's going to face. There is one or two questions that I may have to give him advance notice of, because otherwise, to be fair to him, he wouldn't be necessarily placed to give me an answer.
Right.
You're right.
So if I, as an example, if I said to either one of you two guys now, tell me what's in your bank account right to the last penny, you'd have to go and check.
Right.
Because you wouldn't know. So there's one or two questions that I will or may have to give him advance notice of. The vast majority of he will have no advance notice of. Again, Tim, I go back to what you said last night. I'm sure Anthony can read, so he knows what's coming. I've told Anthony that this ain't going to be no easy ride for him. I'm going to be truthful with him. I'm going to tell him what I feel, what I think. And he's, credit to him, he said, Paul, you come at me with whatever you want, and that is what I will do.
Very good. And
if,
I know.
Sorry, Tim, it's the delay. One thing that has not annoyed me, guys. I'm too long in the tooth to get angry over what people say on comment sections. I've been robbed, beaten up, bashed up, scammed. Little comments on videos don't upset me, but what upsets me a tiny weeny bit is when people say I'm soft, I'm this, I'm that. Look, listen, I'm a London boy. I'm polite. Yes, I can be a gentleman, but don't underestimate me.
Right.
Very good. And just to get this out of the way now, you already addressed this to me personally, that the question whether there's any financial relationship between you and Anthony.
Yeah, I mean, look, the straight answer to that is no, but I will actually go on. I sent you a text or a WhatsApp this morning, didn't I?
Yeah. Yes.
The suggestion that I have any financial involvement with Anthony is not just silly, it's absolutely ludicrous. For a start, if I needed or wanted to invest money in the watch business, I have 101 watch dealer friends here in the United Kingdom that I could do that with. I have, no need to get myself embroiled in tax problems, import problems. I'm retired. I don't even buy and sell watches here in the UK. So I'm certainly not involved with anyone in the United States whatsoever. And that's anyone.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, this is just some people there's this sentiment.
Yeah.
And you already mentioned this to me, and I just thought that it was important to bring it up.
It's fine. Perfect. Listen, I don't mind, honestly. Do you know what, guys? I'll be straight. Excuse me drinking now. I'm really sorry. I don't drink. I'm not on camera, so I can do what I like.
No, yeah, of course.
Guys, honestly, I'm never offended by people asking questions. The only time I get sort of a little bit annoyed is when people maybe accuse you of things that are just downright silly. Look, I'm a grown man. I'm not a 15-year-old boy that likes to play childish games. I'm a serious businessman, or was a serious businessman. I'm a grandfather. I don't play kids' games. So right. when people start throwing childish games at me, I just I can't be asked with it. I really can't be bothered with it.
Yeah. No. I think I never doubted you, but look, just for the clarification's sake, there is a joke question from Corbin Hart.
Go on.
Well, but and the question is whether you're going to ask Archie's 5 questions to the timepiece gentleman.
Well, that's one of the videos that I've got to get round to watching. So you've got the advantage on me there. This is one of the things that's worrying me, guys. All these videos are popping up, and there's just not enough hours in the day to watch them all. So do you want to give me you're laughing, so I'm taking it that these are. What
no, they're legitimate questions. They're not. They're actually legitimate questions.
They're very tough questions. Yeah.
Right.
It's nothing about skinny jeans or anything.
Yeah. No. They actually were really good questions. I was I had a list of my own questions, and I thought that our questions were pretty similar. But yeah.
Well,
Now,
look,
Paul.
guys, you know something. If your questions, sorry, Marco, if your questions are pretty similar, there might be a clue in that. You know.
Mm.
Right. Now, that's what kind of is tied into my next question, Paul. Is what are you like trying to get out of this interview, right? Because there's not like, apart from the apology video and the video that was already released, right, the one that he's now pulled.
Sure.
Like, there's not much else that we can really get from the situation, right? I mean, at the end of the day, he's getting about a week or so to basically craft perfect answers, or, kind of lawyer answers where he plays both sides, and, he apologizes and shows real regret and guilt and remorse for the situation. But I guess my question for you is, what is it ultimately you're seeking to get from this interview?
Okay, you want me to be politically correct, or do you want me to tell me the truth? I guess you prefer
Always
the
the truth. Always
The
the truth.
truth.
Okay. The truth is three or fourfold. Firstly, I think this would be good for my channel. I think that obviously it's going to raise the profile of my channel. I'm not going to deny that, and anyone that did deny it would be a liar. So I think it's good for my channel. I think it will be good for me, because I hope that people will enjoy the interview. And, even if they're not a follower of mine, even if they don't particularly like me, they'll come away hopefully and say, well, you know what, I don't like him, but to be fair, he didn't do a bad job of that.
And Paul, to be fair to you, this is the biggest wristwatch story, the biggest news
Right.
story in the wristwatch world. And after all, you do cover the news, right? You
Yeah.
also say that you are a journalist for this. You try to give information to people. So, there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing the interview in the first place, right?
Yeah.
If given the opportunity.
Exactly.
And just so we're clear, we benefited from this Timepiece Gentleman story as well. Marco was got to 1,000 subscribers partly because Timepiece Gentleman. I told him, hey, go make a few videos. I mean, this is as much as we might not like talk about this, but I mean, we have to think of
story. It is a big story.
It's a big story.
There's another thing, Marco, and it's a great question that you asked. What's in it for me? Is there an element of risk? Well, I suppose there could be to some degree. If I make a complete pig's ear of it on Saturday,
right,
a lot of people could lose respect for me. But I think I can handle the situation. I hope I can. There's no reward without taking risks.
Yeah.
But look, as well, like, you're right, I do like to cover the news. I do like to cover the good side. There's a part of me that is very intrigued to see if Anthony can come back for this. I think it's going to be really difficult for him.
You know what? I personally, after watching the video that they dropped today, I thought that if it would be in their best interest to not even do this interview, because of how effective the video that they released was at kind of stopping the bleed. Now, that's just my personal opinion, because I mean, if you go hard, I mean, depending on how well you're able to read them, then it could be more damage to them than good.
That's where you got the advantage on me, Tim, because I haven't yet seen that video.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I need to review that. I mean, I'm going to be constantly, between now and Saturday night, I'm going to be constantly reviewing, trying to keep up with the very latest, because, look, I can't read every single word and view every video. So there are bound to be things that I might miss. But none of it, if I do miss anything, it wouldn't be deliberate. So there is a part of me that's very interested in, look, can this guy comes back? Because, look, I spoke about the trusted circle. And once you once you step outside that trusted circle, watch dealers won't let you back in.
Yes. And in fact, there is a comment of Anthony's on Facebook where he says, once you lose my trust, you will never get it back.
Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Yeah.
And part of the reason that I'm part of what I want to say is that I think that people do. I think it was that comment, that idea that that you can never gain somebody's respect because maybe they did genuinely make a mistake, that maybe it was that arrogance that they had that led them into this situation in the first hand. And I want this community to prove to Anthony that was wrong to kind of be like that. I think we should. It's not a competition. It's we're all lifting each other up. And just like you coming onto our streams and everybody collaborating, and I think there is a certain level of forgiveness, and I think if they do change, if they improve, I think there might be some good in this.
Well, look, this is one of the things that I'm not going to comment on until after the video.
Yes.
And I'll tell you for why, because I don't feel that my place right at this very moment is to talk about forgiveness, redemption, another chance. It's not yet.
Right.
I'll do that after the video. What I'll be prepared to speak about that after the video. But before the video and during it, or during the interview, I don't want to appear to be overly biased in one direction or the other. I want to do it, as I said, honestly, with the best of my ability, and I want to ask him the questions that I need to ask him. It's for the viewers to decide, isn't it? It's not for me to decide. I'm not the judge, the jury, or the executioner. I'm just the interviewer. He will either come over well, and people will go, do you know what? Maybe this guy just screwed up, royally screwed up. But he didn't kill anyone.
That's right.
It's like, maybe they'll say, do you know what? He's come over even more arrogant than I thought. I dislike him even more now. That's why I'm conducting the interview. This is Anthony's chance.
Yeah.
To explain to the world what happened, why it happened, how he's going to put it right. I have words of advice for Anthony. Whether he would want to listen to them or not, I don't know. But I enjoy advising people, whether it be on watches, on life in general. I'm always happy to give someone my best advice from my lifetime's experience. I'm not saying it's always right, but I'll always give my honest opinion on something. Now, if Anthony said to me today, Paul, where did I go wrong? Boy, he better sit down for half an hour, because I've got a few things to tell him. Now, if Anthony wanted to listen to that advice and take it on board, that's his choice. But as far as forgiveness, redemption, the watch business, can he carry on trading in watches, blah, 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 that is for everyone else to decide, not for any one man.
But Paul, I'd be remiss also to bring up a point that Oshin brought up yesterday again on Gentleman's Hangout stream. And he mentioned, like, I'm kind of tired of words. I want actions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's more like, listen, I think the watch community just wants to see actions rather than the words, right?
Guys, I don't know how long you've been following my channel, or if you follow it at all, but let me tell you something. One of my sayings goes back right to when I very first started YouTube. Talk's cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. One of the things that you learn as a watch dealer very early on, not just a watch dealer, in life, talk is cheap. Talk is simple. It's the cheapest commodity in the world. Anyone can do it. Anyone can use it. Actions are a lot harder. So Oshin is absolutely right. And that would, if he wanted it, would be part of my advice. Your actions speak louder than any words. And it's how anyone conducts themselves in this business and in life. I did my absolute best throughout my career and my life in general, with my children, with my wife, with my family. I've always, hand on my heart, tried my best at everything I've tried to do. I've not always succeeded, but at least I've walked away and thought I've given that my best shot. Now, can Anthony do that right now? Could he walk away from the watch business and say, I failed, but I gave it my best shot? I don't think he could say that right now, because I still think there's a lot more to come from him.
Yeah. Yeah. That's and I feel the same way. I think he was impactful on the watch community. I think there still could be a lot of good videos that he can produce for us. Maybe not the kind of videos that I enjoy the most, but I think there could be still value in there. And if he can,
Look,
take the right steps.
There's one big thing that I've got to say here, right? There's one really. I think the biggest problem for Anthony right now at the moment is just general. Let's have a look. How can I word this right? I think Anthony at the moment is in a world of hate. I saw a video earlier on that he'd been responding to some comments. I think at the moment that's the worst thing for him to do. I think he should just really ignore stuff at the moment, because if you feed people that want to hate on you, it's just going to make them worse. He needs to take a step back, stop replying to people on social media right now with any comments that could be even remotely deemed as being disrespectful or rude. But he could probably do with a lesson in someone from just saying that, Anthony, you know something, just leave it alone for the moment. Speak to Paul, speak to the public. Whatever you want to say to the public, say it through myself on the interview, and then people can make their minds up from there. But I think getting involved in one-to-one debates or arguments is not doing him any favors.
Just really quickly, we have, unfortunately, JJ doesn't look like he's going to be able to join us today, but he had a question whether you feel safe wearing your watches in London at the moment.
I never wear my watches in London.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow. It's
in any big city. I wouldn't wear a watch in any big city, not just London, but not just around the UK. But I wouldn't wear a watch in a big city, because they're a visible sign of wealth that is instantly, you can cash it in instantly. So it's like walking around with like $20,000 strapped to your wrist, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Right. That's very true.
So,
and we have a few super chats from the audience. Horological Freddy Kroger is asking whether Paul, will you challenge a lie that it was Marco's idea?
Will I challenge the lie? So so will I challenge Anthony on whose idea it was? Is that what the question was?
Yeah, because it looks like there has been a lot of kind of back and forth. In the video, he said that it was Marco's idea, and then in the apology video, he said it was all his idea. So people are confused, like, who came up with this?
In the British Parliament, okay, they have a response to questions like that. I refer the honourable gentleman to my previous answer, and that is that you'll all find out on Saturday.
Fair enough.
Let's not give Timepiece Gentleman any hints if he's watching, right?
Yeah.
We want to make it as difficult as possible for him.
Look, as I said, I'm sure he can read. He's not stupid, is he?
Right.
Yeah. Horological Freddy Krueger also says, will Timepiece Gentleman become a Dixie Cup gentleman? Not sure what that exactly means, but Evan Hogenkamp 2000 says, Paul, do you think Timepiece Gentleman is truly passionate about watches?
Again, do you want the honest answer or the politically correct one?
Yeah, well, yeah, the true.
Okay, the honest answer to that question.
Yeah.
The politically correct answer to that right now in today's climate is to say no. Yeah. The truth of what I believe, yes, I believe he loves his watches.
But see, Paul, did you watch, I'm sure, the Gray Market series, right? And that paper cup reference is a video that he did on the Gray Market where he says, well, I feel like I could sell anything if I wanted to. I could go out and sell paper cups, right?
Yeah.
Right, if I needed to make a living. So like when we hear stuff like that, or at least when I hear stuff like that, to him, it's just another commodity. You know what I mean? You buy, you sell, you trade. You know what I mean? It's like being a stock trader. There's no real emotion involved.
Look, I get that, guys. But something you got to understand about me is that I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 2-3 times your age. And the thing is that what I see a lot of times, with the flexing that goes on in general, and what I see or saw in Anthony at times, and a lot of other people, is, a bit of Wolf of Wall Street, a bit of bravado, the odd saying that they picked up somewhere on a movie or whatever, I can sell paper cups. And, it's all a bit, I don't take too much notice of that sort of stuff. because if he loved paper cups that much, maybe he should go and sell paper cups. I do happen to believe that he's very much into his watches, but that's not a positive for him necessarily. It's just a fact. You asked me the question, or the question was asked, do I think he really loves his watches? Yeah, I do. I think he does, yeah.
And Birminghard is joining us. Birminghard, you have a question for Paul Thorpe?
What's up, fellas? Oh no, I mean,
Hey.
I wouldn't say really a question. Man, the whole world's waiting with bated breath for how this interview is going to go. Though, Paul, I think Paul actually probably has more to lose than Timepiece with how he does this interview.
Tell me, I'm interested to know.
Because I think you have such a unique voice in the watch community, and that you were a former dealer, and so
Sure.
like I like watching your stuff because I want to know like the things that people watch fanatics already know, and then they hear you say it, it's like, exactly, I knew that's what they were doing, even though they never admit it, right? Like, you're like the one that's able to give that unfiltered perspective, the unfiltered dealer perspective, because it's like you don't have skin in the game the same way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of people are wondering like, oh, is he just gonna help out his buddy, or are you gonna ask those hard hitting questions?
Let me give you an answer to that, right? I love my grandchildren. I love them dearly, but if they do something wrong, I tell them.
Yeah.
And I love my grandchildren. So if I'm going to tell people who I love that they're doing something wrong, or that's not the way to behave, I'm sure I'm capable of doing it to someone who I class as a cyber friend. Anthony is not a close friend of mine. We've never even met in person. I class him as a friend, but there's different levels of friends, aren't there?
Oh yeah.
There's different levels of friendship. I mean, right now, if someone says to me, "Hey, Paul, do you know timwrite?" I say, "Yeah, he's a friend of mine on YouTube." But we're not. And I don't know what his favourite colour is. I don't know what his favourite food is. We're not that sort of friendly. So look, I guess I do have a lot to lose in some respects, but I don't feel that I'll let myself down. I'm a confident individual. I've dealt with all sorts of different people in my life, and none of this phases me at all. I hope I do a good job for all of you guys, and I hope to come out of it ultimately with people's respect.
Unless we forget, Paul is a former watch dealer. I think you've met one or two watch dealers in your time as a watch dealer. So I think you're pretty good at sniffing out the BS, so to speak, right?
Well, in our industry, things happen, and a lot of things happen. So what's happened with Anthony, if I'm honest with you, in the grand scheme of it, when I go back over 4 decades, this doesn't even rate in the top 10. It's just happened. It's just happened in front of the world.
Right.
That's the difference. I've seen far worse than this, far worse. But it wasn't all over the internet, and it wasn't all over YouTube. And the only reason that Anthony's story is so big is because he turned himself into a social media star. If Anthony was just another shopping mall dealer, none of us would even be talking about this.
Yeah.
So the problems within the watch industry are not unique. This is not a first. It's a first as far as social media is concerned. But
could it be something where his stunts end up, from a social media fame standpoint, his stunts do well for him, and that it brings him recognition, right? But then in the watch community, do they lose trust with him and not give him another chance, right? Like Horology House, when that happened, no one in the watch community gave him another chance. It's like, no, you broke the trust, you're done, right?
Yeah, that was far worse. So I mean, for me, that was far worse.
Speaking of Horology House, that's funny.
I don't think that I mean, look, I don't want to make accusations. We all know what the accusation was with Horology House, right? Right. That's just plain wrong. I mean, there's no coming back from that, ever. But sorry, I've lost my train of thought there slightly.
But Paul,
his face come up on the.
Paul, I did want to mention something, because we're very lucky, myself, Tim, Archie, and JJ, because obviously we have people who will email us and send us in information, and we have a very close contact who's actually in the $2,000 group. And listen, I give Timepiece Gentleman the benefit of the doubt. I've never done business with them, but he has, right? So he bought from them an AP, right? And they listed it as a like new watch. It came scratched. He asked to get it, fixed. And they ghosted him pretty much for a full month straight, right? And he was part of that $2,000 group. Now, he got lucky. They discontinued the watch. He resold it. But he said it's part and parcel of a lot of what they do. Like, they'll list unworn watches that are just really badly polished. And you can tell if you look up closely at the watch. And again, I'm not claiming that he did that, right? But we're talking about an insider who claims that they did that, right? Or at least that he has hands-on experience, real experience with Timepiece Gentlemen, and that they've done wrong to him,
There's also some inconsistencies that they have on their website regarding listings. Now, I don't know if it's
right
because of the lack of staff or what the situation is, but some listings, they say, like, for example, I think even right now there is a listing for 1680, but the image is of 5513. Oh, 1 second, let me.
Right, there's multiple ones. Remember, there's the Explorer 2. Oh, he's gone.
No. It was hello, welcome back, Paul, and we have JJ.
Hey guys.
Hello. Sorry for the bad lighting. I just rushed home.
You're late.
I was driving from state to state in traffic just to say hello, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, Marco?
Good.
I'm really sorry. I got like literally 0.5% of that last question. Can I just say, if there are any investors out there that have a problem with Anthony, please let me know before the weekend. But I'm going to need some evidence. I can't just people have rights to me say, yeah, I give him $2 grand, he's run off with it, because that just doesn't work for me.
Right. Agreed. 100% agreed. So I can tell him, if he wants, of course, to reach out. But one thing that he also mentioned was that he was going to give back the money to investors. And now things are circulating online that he doesn't want to give the money. Now, again, I'm not one to believe things online, right? Like you said, we need the evidence. But obviously, I would expect it is something that I hope you're going to ask. You don't have to say yes or no, right? But, because that is a major part of the story.
Yeah, look, absolutely. Look, there's no way that I could conduct any interview without bringing that up. That goes.
And again, that's one of the Archie 5 questions. That's one of the Archie 5. Just to give him credit.
I missed quite a bit of the interview. I really only got one question at this point, because you guys asked some really good questions, by the way. I don't know if it's been asked before, but are you going to address, like, was the whole charity thing like legitimate, or was that kind of I don't want to say it like in a bad way, but like, was it kind of like an afterthought, like, this isn't going too well for us, maybe we should say we're doing some type of charity? A lot of guys are questioning the
Yeah, JJ, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you okay. I'm just asking because a lot of guys are questioning the legitimacy of that. I know that's a hot topic.
Yeah, sorry, my line.
Maybe.
Sorry, guys, I hope you can hear me still. I've just got such a bad reception here.
Yeah.
Here, let's turn off our cameras, if anything. I'll turn off mine. JJ, you want to turn off yours?
Sure.
That might be better.
Yeah.
Guys, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, I think this is better.
Sorry, JJ. Yeah, I mean, look, as I said earlier on, I don't know if you caught up with it. I don't want to go through the questions tonight, or what, because I want to. Right. I want to bring it as not a surprise, but people need to wait and see what the questions are. I'll repeat what I said earlier. I think that I hope I've got all the important questions covered.
Right. We hope so too, Paul. Not we always say you're a class act and everything, but the sentiment was kind of that you were going to lob him a bunch of softballs. You know what I mean? To try to get him back on his feet. Just being honest with you.
No. Look. Anyone that thinks I would be prepared to do that has misjudged me. That's not me as an individual. If someone upsets me, I'll tell them to their face.
Yeah, you definitely come off as a straight shooter for sure. So I mean, this is a highly anticipated interview, and I wish you the best of luck. I think you're going to crush it. To be honest, I think you're going to have a tremendous video on your hands.
Hopefully, and all I'm interested in doing, and you can, anyone can believe this or believe this not. Earlier on the question was asked, isn't it for me? Look, of course, I want to grow my channel, but my channel doesn't pounds or dollars a week. My main motivation is the fun, the friendship. You know, I mean, look how much fun we're having now. You know, I've never met you guys before. You're right away across the other side of the world. I'm in some little pokey hotel in the south of England, and we're talking about a passion that we share.
Right.
And I'm enjoying watching our community grow.
I think that's to me, that's the most important thing. And I think
absolutely.
And we have to keep the people who are in this community accountable and try to have a little bit more patience, try to have a little bit more respect for each other, because we're in it. I think everyone in here is in for the long haul. If this matter with Anthony is sorted out, I think everyone will benefit, because this is not a good look for the watch community. Like what's going on, it makes the hobby look not good, if it's just to put it simply. And I think if we can sort it out within ourselves and kind of be able to learn valuable lessons from here, I think there's only greater things to come. And people who have watches, I think it's like we have a stock in this hobby. The more watches you have, it's like you have a stake in this company.
A vested interest.
You have vested interest. The more people buy, the more valuable your watches become. The more people are in the hobby, the more watches you can experience. And I want people to be able to freely enjoy and experience watches without any kind of fear whatsoever, and that they might get scammed or robbed, or the dealer might not take their watch in consignment and run away. And I want everyone to be friends and enjoy and share the hobby together.
Here, absolutely. Yeah, spawn. That's my sentiments exactly, Tim. And one thing that I think we all do need to do as well is we need to weed out some of the serial haters that follow people. Not just me, you, or whoever, but there are a small element out there of troublemakers within this community of ours that follows and stalks certain YouTubers and makes their life hell. Because online bullying, online hatred is cowardly. If someone has something to say, I've got no problem with what anyone says about me, but I prefer that they told me who they was at least. and I think that goes for everyone. If I want to say something about you, Tim, you know what? I'll send you a WhatsApp and I'll tell you. At least you know it's from me.
Right.
Exactly.
And I'm not hiding. I'm not hiding behind some dodgy name on YouTube.
Yeah. It's easy for people who don't come on and show their face and voice their opinion to type out a nasty something that they would never in a million years tell you to your face. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. And I will say, I've got to leave you in a minute, guys, but I will just say this if I can finally. I think that, we must not underestimate the vast majority of people who follow these channels, who are educated, passionate people that love the hobby as much as we do. As always, it's the bad few that make the most noise.
Right.
And the vast silent majority of people watching this now will sit there and they'll might not agree with one or all of us or whatever, but at least they'll enjoy it and they'll go, you know what, these guys, they're okay. They're not doing anything wrong. We're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
So let's keep a perspective on the amount of people that follow us all that are damn good people, I think.
Right. Paul, I have one last question I just thought of.
Sure.
In the future, sometime on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think the chances are that a guy like Anthony would join the show and talk to guys like me and Tim and Marco and really show he's trying to reach out to the normal guys and small guys in the watch community, the everyday guys, and just like kind of figure out what went wrong? Obviously, he's doing, your big interview, and that's going to be a breaking thing. But I'm talking about maybe down the road, down the track.
JJ, I think that is an absolutely brilliant question, mate. And I'll tell you for why. Because for me, if I was advising Anthony, one of my first things is it's all about being humble. Right. And I would honestly, I said to Tim last night, I don't know if you saw the stream, but like I'm happy to talk to any size channel as long as they're decent people. I don't care if they got 101 or 101,000 subscribers, you know. And I think that Anthony should be reaching out to guys like you and saying, look, I want to put this right, guys. You know, I want to be a part. I want us all to be a family. I screwed up, but let me prove to you that I am actually a pretty humble guy that just messed up. So yes, I think that reaching out to guys like yourselves or people would be absolutely pivotal.
Right.
I
think that'll show how real you are, you know, and like how you really do want to be with the average. I mean, most of us are just watch collectors, you know, having a little bit of news and chatting with each other, hanging around, you know. I mean, that would be the place you'd want to be at, I would imagine, you know.
Exactly. I've just seen a message because I'm watching on a little screen. I don't know how to pronounce his name. NATO. NATO, thank you so much. I love you. I love you too. Yeah, no, seriously, guys. Yeah, I think that's the only way. And I think that humbleness in life in general goes a long, long way.
Right.
Always be humble. And that's just, you know, I think, look, guys, do you like someone that's humble or do you like someone that's permanently flexing and showing you their whatever? You know, I know what I prefer.
You're right. Paul, the one thing you always say, Paul, that sticks out to me is you meet the same people on the way down that you did on the way up, you know? And
exactly.
You gotta stay humble. You're right.
Exactly. Guys, it's been a pleasure speaking to you all tonight. If any of you guys want me on your show, just drop me a line. Tim, feel free to share my WhatsApp number with any of the guys that are here tonight.
Yep.
Please don't put it on your channel.
No. We'll keep it close. We're not gonna. We're gonna. We know how busy you are. We're not gonna bother you too much. You know, we'll throw something out there, and as you know, something out there. And if you're available, you're free to hop on. If you're watching the stream and you feel like joining in to chime in, you're always welcome onto any of our streams.
Right.
And it's our honor to have you have you here.
Don't be silly. It's my honor. Thank you very much, guys. You have a great day out there. And yeah, I hope you all enjoy it Saturday. Get your popcorn out. Maybe get some tomatoes. You might want some tomatoes, you call them, don't you? You might want some tomatoes to throw at the
bit of cabbage,
bit of cabbage and bits and pieces. But I'll do my best to you know, I'll do my best for everyone.
Yeah, thank you for making time for us small fries. We really do appreciate it. This was a really cool experience.
Right. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Thank you very much.
Best of luck on Saturday.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Go get him,
Muhammad Ali, 5 pounds. Pale, your watch here. Paul, you're my watch hero.
Nice.
Amazing. And Clive Potato Head, $2 super chat, and we thank the Pontiff AC3 for his benevolence.
Tim, I got to tell you, I was on two wheels half of the ride home. I was throwing people out of the car on the way. Get out. I couldn't even call in from the phone because I had other people in the car. It was a disaster.
Sorry for putting you guys through that. But okay, so what did everybody think? Marco, you think he's gonna be fair?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was certainly reassuring to get his feedback, to get his perspective, and listen, we have to give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? So I think, listen, Paul, like I said when Paul was here, I think Paul is a watch dealer. He's been around the block more than once. I think he knows how to sniff out the bullshit. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to timepiece gentlemen. I mean, they've spoken on the phone, you know, they multiple times. So he's going to be able to read him and pick up on whether he's being genuine or he's bullshitting pretty quickly.
I think whatever questions and everything he has prepared for him are not really going to change because of like us talking to him or anything like that. Right. You know, Paul's like his own man and he has his own ideas. So I'm pretty sure he's going to stick to his script. I'm just wondering how measured he'll be. And I think that'll just depend on his mood, like how spicy or how reserved he's going to be. You know what I mean? That's just going to be, you'll have to wait and see type of thing, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen have you guys seen debates like the UK, like the Parliament, like their floor debates where it's like, oh, it's my good sir, blah, 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 and it's just like, and then they like go at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. One would hope. One would hope, right? That
By the
that
way,
would be
Tim,
ratings gold.
Yeah. Who's
You
doing the after show Saturday?
right. Who's doing the after show?
We're gonna do
Actually, we had a great idea that we should do a watch party. What's at 4 p.m. right? It's a pre-show. It's going to be a pre-show. So we should do a watch party pre-show, and then somebody can do an after show. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. That's
I shotgun the watch party. I shotgun the pre-show.
Wow.
Marco steals the good times. Tim. You ever notice that? He doesn't take too many offer ones, but when the good ones come,
it's all good. If you guys want to take it, by all.
I bet when he goes, Tim, come on, let me do it. Tim looked like he wanted to explode.
Well, look, I gotta say, I would love to take the.
It's reborn. The meme has been reborn too. That's all. Just a quick prick teaser. It's just a quick prick teaser.
Look, I'll just throw it out there. I would like to take the best spot, and they're just out of the selfish.
I love Tim's honesty. It's so good. I'm just gonna say, I'd like the best spot.
Yeah, I would love to take the best spot.
Well, all of them are going to be
good. You guys take whatever spot you want. I'm cool with whatever. I don't care.
But that's because I will be leaving for 30 days, so you guys will have a lot of freedom to do a lot of shows. I don't know what I'm going to be missing out. But
we got Cars and Chrono. I'm looking forward to seeing the latest acquisition. I've been swirling in my head 45 million different Vacherons that it could be.
Another show Marco wants to swipe.
That's going to be the unboxing today on the after show, right?
Right. Was that the after show today? Marco, I'm keeping track of you.
Oh, you have to see the thumbnail.
You've changed since you've gotten the super
The
chat.
thumbnail is great. Oh my goodness.
Birmingham, has he changed?
I'm using the.
So what?
I said, has Marco changed since he got super chats? Like Tim?
Oh.
Yeah, right.
No, he changed when he got his GMT. He's just like out of my way all the time now. He's just
let me just bring up M3 Carlino says, out of respect for Tim, kept my mouth shut while Paul was on. Timepiece Gen will not turn up. And now that was the kind of thing that I pointed out. I think no. I'm just saying I don't know whether he will turn up or not.
If he doesn't show up, you know how many people
make videos
about it? It would be stupid for him not to do that. I think his best bet is to talk to everybody. I mean,
okay, how many of you guys seen the video?
Which one?
The new video, the Timepiece Gentleman drop.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
A few minutes of it. I haven't seen it.
I was at work and I watched it. What the guys? Are you kidding me? You haven't seen it?
No.
Well,
okay. Why? What happened? Give us the cliff notes.
And left.
Well, I mean, because I thought that I thought that for people who want the Timepiece Gentleman to not be able to recover from this disaster, I think they did very good job at managing to stop the bleeding. Like
100%.
the video,
the intro at least.
It put out a lot of fire. They mentioned a few things. They said that they had the Milgauss giveaway. They named names who's gonna get the watches. I hope we'll get the receipts. They also mentioned that the Oyster Perpetuals will still be going to the charity. So they answered a few questions in there. Not everything, but there was no Marco whatsoever. Marco was there for 5 minutes, he didn't look good. He looked.
Do you think he's going to take the fall for this? He's going to be the scapegoat.
That's what I don't know.
Here's what I think. Like I said to Paul.
And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, JJ. I just wanted. Why did I say this? And then I said that after you watch that video, you'll see that it's kind of like it almost feels like if Anthony were like what everybody is accusing of being, like very selfish, just in here for himself, right? It almost feels like it would be in his best interest not to do this interview. That's just how I came away after that video.
I disagree. I think his best bet is exposure. He should be on all of the, even like this, pop on here, talk to normal guys.
I would love to
obviously, of course, he's got to do Paul first because that's like the interview. But
no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. JJ, if he's watching,
well, no, yeah. If you're watching, jump on definitely.
He's 100% watching.
You don't have to.
Nobody's watching, but everybody's watching.
Yeah, exactly. My whole thing is this: if you want to like or redeem yourself. I mean, not that I don't feel anyone has
I
to
sent him
just
the link just
do
in
your
case.
thing, but I'm just saying, like, if you just jumped on with normal guys like us, like, you know, and just like, come on, guys, what do you think I'm doing here? If you really are doing anything bad, that's what I would be doing. I'd be like, listen, you know, it was a bad idea, it didn't work. You know, it is what it is. Whatever. I'm not giving him a script of what to say. I'm just giving an example.
Right.
But from this point on, you know, we're back. We're focusing on selling watches. That didn't work, and I'm taking the heat for whatever I did wrong. And you know, if people want out of the group, like resolve those issues. Like, yeah, you know, people are hearing you're not getting the 2,000 back. If they are, I would be on all of these streams saying, of course they are. What are you talking about? Show me the people who are not getting paid. That's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I would just talk like a normal one-to-one, you know, person with everyone else, with everybody in the watch community in this space. You know, even the small channels like us, because a lot of people do watch these live streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You may not have 100,000 subs, but you know, there's some a lot of people watching.
Yeah. Anthony Will says, Tim, what? That video is trash. No, I'm saying from his perspective, not from like I didn't like the video, but I can, from their perspective, I can see it. Look, I look at the like-dislike ratio, and I thought that.
But he's hold on, but he's able to do things like delete people so that people can't comment on his channels. He can control what's on his YouTube channel. He can't control the comments that people post about him on places like Reddit.
Fair enough.
He can't control, which are very critical of his business practices, which makes a lot of people that are more knowledgeable about watches in the watch industry don't trust him. The people that do trust him are the ones that, oh, I saw you on YouTube, so I came down to overpay for a watch, right? And that's where the exposure, he can still run his business, but that doesn't mean that the people inside, you know, the insiders, right, are necessarily going to trust him.
That's a good question. Let me drop a poll question because I want to ask the community whether they think Paul Thorpe answered their questions sufficiently.
Tim and his polls. Every time he puts it, you can't see any of the comments. Tim, you got to make these polls smaller. They take the whole comment section.
They're on purpose very obnoxious so that people see them and they have no choice but to answer them.
I don't think Anthony's video answers the big questions. I still don't think he's
no.
Really did.
It did not answer
it's
the
just
big
side
stuff.
Like, oh, I made a comment about the spreadsheet. It's like it's not really the spreadsheet, right? The thing, like the big questions, the ones that like Archie's asked, like, hey, there's, you know, as far as people making allegations, what about the $2,000 thing? What about like these charities that people are contacting the charities afterwards and saying like, yeah, he's not following through with these claims, right? It's just, we're doing this charity thing like it's a big, he's using his like benevolent, the charitable things as marketing than actually following through with stuff, right?
Definitely.
And I still want to know if that fake blog piece about him running away, if he paid for that.
Yeah, right. That's something to get into.
Like, they said no. I actually, you know what? I don't think we will ever find out the truth about that.
Especially if you did.
Yeah.
Can you pull up Logan Hall before you read the super chat?
Then that is
Logan Hall
lying to everyone.
Tim has a thing for polls. Just check out his OnlyFans for more details. Thank you, Logan Hall. By the way, guys, if you watched this, if you're watching this stream, there's 300 people still watching. Please give me a thumbs up. We have 100 thumbs up. Can I get to 200? That would be so cool. Please give me 200 thumbs up. It's gonna make it worth leaving 2 hours early from work and going through all the trouble. Please, guys. That's all I asked.
Yeah, come on. He got Paul Thorpe on the channel, man. That's worth a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up.
That wasn't easy, guys. That wasn't easy. Derek M, $5 super chat. What answers that we don't already know about TPG and this whole ordeal will actually change anyone's opinion? We know it was all marketing BS.
Right. But marketing doesn't give you the excuse to lie.
Right, but
just saying like, oh, this was marketing. It's like, no, you're.
But marketing by definition is a lie.
No, it isn't.
People get
by definition, it's a manipulation. When Coca-Cola puts their label on every freaking thing, and as you walk by and you see it, you're consistently bombarded by the logo.
Right.
It's a form of manipulation.
But that's
Trying
not a
to-
lie. A lie is if they write drink Pepsi and you live to be 200. That's an outright lie.
I think that all marketing, it's all bullshit, and it's all a form. They're trying to convince you to do something that you might not otherwise would be doing. When you go to the theater and they play that video of a guy drinking really cold, fresh can of Coke,
They're
and you're like, oh my
suggestive, but
God.
it's not an outright lie.
It's
you know what I mean?
manipulation. It's
Yes,
their
absolutely, but it's not an outright lie. That's the difference.
well, it's
you
not
know?
as refreshing. Let's be
Listen, I
honest.
gotta
Come
be
on.
nice. Tim read my
Come
question
on.
while I was driving. He let me on with Paul, so I can't be too much of a pain today. I have to be nice soon, especially this stream. No, I'm like, but
Mr. GMT, $5 super chat. Boys, you handled Paul perfectly. You guys should be proud. Thank you so much, Mr. GMT. We're so happy to make you proud.
Guys, can I just say I'm looking forward to this more than I am the Timepiece Gentleman interview.
What is that? You got
What is
that?
that? Is that
So
a popcorn?
Romeo and Julieta cigar.
Nice.
Oh,
Stogies.
Gonna be smoking them tonight with Cars and Chrono to celebrate the occasion.
By the way, being that you got so many people watching, Tim, I just want to take this opportunity to thank all of you guys for getting me over the 1,000 yesterday. I really appreciate the teamwork. All you guys on the panel, all you guys in the comments. We're rocking and rolling. We're almost at 1,100 today. We're still zooming.
We also have to get Barbing Hard to bring up his
good.
numbers, guys. Make sure if you're not
JJ monetized
subscribed,
first.
you're all everyone who's on this stream has their own YouTube channels where we do live streams and post videos. Make sure to subscribe to Watch Cardinal, Gentleman's Hangout, Barbing Hard EDC. What's your YouTube channel again, Barbing Hard?
Burbing Hard is YouTube. Burbing Hard EDC is my Instagram.
There you go.
Hey,
Subscribe.
This guy.
Quicker than draw. $5. Have you boys ever heard of Steve Jobs' reality distortion field? Tim's spot on. What is
They
it?
definitely manipulate you, but I don't think they're allowed to outright lie. I mean, they will lie as much as they can without getting in trouble.
Think about it.
They're deceiving. There's a difference.
Right,
They're
right,
deceiving.
Yeah.
JJ. Can
But
of
not
Coke
all marketing is
never in
unethical
real
marketing.
life looks as appetizing as it looks in pictures.
How about the fake burgers they use when they take pictures of McDonald's, like a Big Mac? You know
dude,
those
that's
are
what
like
I'm
plastic,
saying.
right? They're not like
Yeah.
real. Right.
It's a lie.
Right. It's
It's also-
deceptive, but it's not
Yeah.
an outright lie. where they can
I
get caught,
I
you
see
know?
no difference
That's the-
between deception and lie. I think it's
But he-
all.
There's
Well, the
But I
difference
think-
is you could prove an
but
outright
when
lie.
it-
I mean,
But when it comes to Codpiece, he needs to rebuild trust, and part of that is coming clean, which
right.
I don't know that he still has. So until he comes clean, the unfortunate thing, he gives felons a bad name.
Right.
Yeah.
If I was him, honestly, I'd be coming on all these types of talk shows and stuff if I had nothing to hide, and I would just be like, "Listen, it was just this or that, and whatever. You own up to what you have to own up to, and show that you're a normal human, and then people won't. If you can't show you're a normal guy, then people won't have that sympathy for you. And
Is marketing all he has? It did marketing completely
Is that
consume
all you are? Right? Is that
Right.
all you've become now?
Yeah, is he caricature? Because and actually, you have to think of it from his perspective, right? Think about this: when they started doing this reality behind the scenes watch dealer show, right? It's one thing when you're not on camera, you'll be doing things different. But when you're always on camera, that actually changes how you behave. Now they might not even realize it that they're becoming like.
But the question though is, or is he a narcissist? Because his first reaction was like, "How dare you guys doubt me?" It's like, what the f is this gaslighting? Like, you're the one that effed up. Like,
That's
don't blame us for not like being loyal. Like,
Right, and then or
It's
blame
like,
me
it's
for
like
trying.
stealing someone's TV and off their living room wall, and when they wake up and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" It's like, how dare you wake up out of bed in the middle of the night? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute.
Toyota. It's like a guy trying to rob someone, then steals them because the place it's like there's actually like this famous lawsuit where a guy was trying to rob a place, and when he broke into this other person's house, he like hit the table or something, and he injured himself during the robbery, and then he sued the person he was robbing. No, it's an actual case. You can look it up.
No, it is true. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Imagine you break into someone's house and you get hurt and you
Yeah,
sue
did you
them.
sue them and you win the lawsuit? Like, yeah, you should not have.
Right.
You know, you should make it easier to rob you. Oh, let me read these super chats. Toyota Mo, $5. Tim, I've came on to officially accept Mr. Thorpe's apology. We can move on as a community. Tim, I still have not accepted your apology, though.
Toyota Mo's
To be honest. Oh,
To be
Toyota
determined,
Mo.
he said.
Oh, I love you. I love this guy. He's
Toyota,
so
make him
funny.
beg a little bit. You know, don't make it easy.
Derek M, $5. Point I was trying to make with my question mark. With my question is that timepiece gentleman isn't going to admit anything we don't already know. He reached out to do this interview to control it.
Well, we'll
I
see
mean,
about that. I mean,
we'll see. I think if that's true, it will be seen in this interview. I think if that's what he wants to do, we'll be able to see it, because talking to Paul Thorpe live and trying to lie, I don't think it's gonna go so well for him. If
he'll only be lying if Paul Thorpe asks the hard questions.
Right.
Like if Paul Thorpe just asked the questions that he's already kind of essentially copped to,
yeah,
he won't have any reason, to lie. If there's no like in-depth follow-up questions,
right?
Then
I guess we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see.
We'll have to wait and see.
We want Van Lux. We want Timepiece Gentleman on Gentleman's Hangout.
The Battle of the Gentlemen. Oh man, he probably doesn't even know our channels. Well, he might. Who knows?
I mean, Anthony. It looks like Anthony was active 43 minutes ago. I sent him the invite. We'll see what happens.
Did he read it?
No. I sent him a message earlier as well. He hasn't read it yet.
I would imagine in his like defense of that he's probably like, oh, Archie's, people think like it's just like Archie's minions going after him. But I mean, I think we'd honestly give him a fair shake. We're pretty open-minded. I want to hear what's up.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like, oh, you fucking did this. I wouldn't do, that wouldn't make any sense. I would just be like, what the hell is really going on? Let's get like some honest, uncut film out there, Yeah.
Thomas G says they sued Red Bull for not giving you wings, or McDonald's for coffee being hot.
So crazy. Yep.
Tim Hortons actually had to get out of the U.S. originally because problem was their slogan originally was always fresh, always Tim Hortons, but their shit is not fresh, right? Their stuff is not fresh at all, so they got sued for false advertising, and then they had to pull out.
That's wild.
It's all marketing BS.
Guys, I hate to cut you guys short, but I ran on. I just got to take care of something before EC3 stream, and
no problem.
I'm probably going to be going on in about 45 minutes, so I got to just wrap up some things so I could join you afterwards. Thank you for having me on, Tim. Greatly appreciated.
Congrats again, JJ.
Thank you. I'm glad I could stop by for a minute. I was flying home to make it to your thing, but I appreciate you having me on. All right, guys. I'll catch you. You'll be going on AC3, right?
Yes, of course.
All right, I'll catch you.
Okay. I probably won't today, unfortunately, but.
Well, then we're gonna have to ban you, Barry. No.
What are we paying you for, Bourbon? All right.
Right. That's it. Take away his. What is it called, Tim? What do you get, Marco? Do you remember?
What is that? Make me a
retainer. We gotta take away his
retainer. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll catch you guys a little bit later, everybody.
Ooh, we got €10 super chat. In my opinion, the video answered the most important question. Can his answers be trusted at all? Everything felt completely staged and disingenuous. No hope for Saturday, I'm afraid. Ooh, I mean, yeah. Look, if you watched the 1 hour long video, you can see there's a lot of tricks that have been employed to soften the viewer, I should say. Okay, so if you watch it straight through, it's like they spend the first half just calming people down. So if you're actually sitting down to watch it,
right?
If you're watching it nonstop,
he tells a good sob story, Tim.
They cool you down. Yeah, they really, like, it was really well done. That's why I said, from their perspective, if they want to do good, I thought it was. But if you are if you are keen to deception and lies, and if you are a little bit more, shall we say, like, if you can read people a little bit more, then you will be able to see that, you know that, oh, the reason they did that because they want me soft, so that when they say the thing that I will forgive them. Like, there's a lot of manipulation, but they're not marketing geniuses, but they are people who have been doing marketing for quite some time
Right. They're
now, and
not
they,
stupid. If you
yeah,
want to
they're
make
not stupid.
yourself appear like you're, like you're human, you fuck up, you make mistakes, and
Right.
that's exactly what you do. You know what I mean? That's just, they're not stupid. I'll give them that.
The question will be,
It's a bit
did they
contrived, though, Tim. You
learn?
must admit.
No,
Right.
I
They
mean,
didn't learn because they just want people to forgive them. Because
yeah,
the way that they approach the whole conversation is very
yeah,
contrived. Let's be honest.
yeah.
I can't wait until Tim has like an edible, and then he goes on an explanation of like, this whole thing was planned. Even this backlash was they knew that this was going to happen. And then this whole Paul Thorpe, this is all
Yeah,
planned way
yeah.
ahead of
I
time.
said,
He's
wait,
really
we
played
might
4D
still
chess.
be
He is a marketing genius.
Heart. We still might be in the
It's all
video. This
going
is still
according
might
to
be
plan.
part of the 3D chess. You thought, yeah? I mean, look at all this sympathy that they garnered from us. So yeah, look, I'm telling you, you're right. You're right.
It's
I
all
do
going
wonder,
according to plan, Tim. It's
are
all
we
going
in
to
the
plan.
Matrix, guys?
Yeah.
Make sure, if you're
Trust the
watching the
process,
stream, make
right?
sure to
Trust
hit
the
the thumbs
process.
up button, guys. Let's get to 200. We're at 140 thumbs up. I think I hopefully will be able to get to 200 at some point in the future. So thank you so much. And Michael Dietchi, I hope I didn't butcher that too much. With what you know now, would any of you on this panel buy, sell with Timepiece Gentleman?
I wouldn't have bought from him before, just for the fact that you can go online and look at reviews of him, like places like Reddit. And I wouldn't, if I'm going to buy, I have to know that either someone I know and trust can vouch for that person, or that person has good positive feedback. And I
Yeah.
don't see the positive feedback from previous customers. And I've heard from other people that have dealt with him before that they don't trust him, they do shady stuff. So I still wouldn't.
Yeah, I never seen the point of dealing with him unless you know him Well, he did kind of go over this, but like, if I knew the guy
Tim, this is your
before this
marketing
happened,
opportunity. Who do
maybe
we
this.
recommend in America?
David SW. David SW.
SW.
David SW. There's no reason to go to anyone else.
Right.
You go to David SW.
There's
If
other
you don't
guys,
know,
Watchbox, Roman Sharp, but
Yeah.
those are all guys that have been in the business multiple years, have good
Yeah.
standing relationships with their clients. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, buy the seller, right? Just do your due diligence, and the due
unless
diligence
you
on
live
Timepiece
across the
Gentleman
street
is
from
not
the
very good.
Timepiece Gentleman and it's super convenient for
Right.
you, and
Yeah, I guess you'd be more likely to if you could actually walk in and get hands-on, right? But if
Yeah.
people that have bought from him and said, "Hey, I bought an AP. This is how it was described. It comes to me. This is what it looks like," and then they do nothing for me, right? Won't let me return it. They won't even do a polish, right? It's like,
Yeah.
that's not someone that I would ever do business with. That's completely unacceptable. That especially from a place that has like an actual brick and mortar shop. Even sellers on the forums are like, yeah, returns accepted if this item isn't as described and as photographed, right? Like, it's 101 that shouldn't be happening.
SE, they try to pretend like nothing happened. Exactly. I mean, I think that's from their perspective. I think it's working. I think it's working.
I don't know. I think that their reputation among insiders is pretty trash, but he might have enough of a following of like teenagers that want to flex
No,
on
there's a lot of
Instagram
people.
that,
There's
that
a lot
don't
of
know
people
about it.
who trust them. I mean, look, I get messages from people telling me like, "Hey, stop bashing. It's unnecessary, etc." And look,
Guys,
I
this
get it.
is a watch channel. We talk about watches, watch news, the watch industry. It's the
Mm.
biggest story in the watch industry. Why wouldn't we talk about it?
Climb Farmer at Tim. Let's stop promoting Timepiece Gentleman now and start talking watches
Well,
again.
I mean, we're sorry to say, guys, it's not going to stop. After Saturday, it's only going to get worse.
You know,
Hopefully
why
it'll die
couldn't-
off next week.
Right.
Yeah.
By the end of next week or something.
By the way, I think I almost got the date on when I'm gonna be leaving for the thing. It's probably gonna be somewhere around August 5th, 6th, 7th, somewhere over there. So that's gonna be fun.
August is hot, Tim.
I know, but it's up in the mountains. I don't know. People say that I should even bring like a puffy jacket. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring. Yeah.
What elevation? Yeah, depending what elevation you at, it'll get cold at night.
It's pretty high up in the mountains. Yeah, very high. So, yeah, and also I'm gonna be stopping by. I'm gonna make a post, and actually maybe Bud the Stud, because he lives in Colorado, and I remember I had a talk with him back in like January, and he said, "Hey, if you're ever gonna do this hike, let me know." So I messaged him today. He said that just let him know when I'm gonna be going through like the date, and if he's available on that day, he's gonna drive down there to have a
That'd be
couple of
cool.
beers. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
of doing like I'm gonna stop in town for maybe a day or maybe even two, because I'm gonna have maybe my stepdad and my brother. They might join me on the trail. They're gonna meet me in one town, and we'll go from one town to the other, and then they're gonna leave, and I'm gonna keep going till the end.
And
Because
are you wearing the Explorer 1 or Explorer 2?
that's the question. I
Well,
look.
is
The
Colorado
plan.
a different time zone?
It does, and it's gonna be a different time zone. But
So then wear the Explorer. You wore the Explorer 2 on all your hikes. Why wouldn't you keep doing that?
I mean, that's why I got the Explorer 1. It's the lower base weight, Marco. Come on. Never
Tim
heard of
is
the
really
low
dying
base
on
weight?
this hill. I love
It's
it.
got the complication. You see, this one got the GMT, but this one got the low base weight.
Tim, the difference is literally unnoticeable.
Let me ask the people. Let me drop a poll. Oh, okay. Let me end this poll. So we got
What was the result?
123 votes. 54% said that that Paul Thorpe sufficiently answered their questions.
Jesus
22% said no, and 24% said like they're divided. So okay.
I
So
mean,
it was
what
good.
more do they want him to answer? That's what
Yeah.
we need to know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
That listen, he's not gonna tell us what the questions are beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's gonna listen. He's gonna ask him hard hitting questions. There's no question about it. So like, I don't
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. If
Yeah,
if Codpiece can even get support of like half the watch community, I mean that's all he really needs, right? He doesn't need everyone to love him.
That's so good. Oh my god. Okay, I dropped the poll. We'll see what people think. And Venlux says the base weight is very important, and I agree with him. My hope was to use this watch for all my hikes going forward, and save this one for travel. Going to like Barcelona and stuff like that, like I did before. It was because this watch is actually heavy, Marco. I don't know if you know, but trying to climb a mountain
it's not that heavy. Come on, Tim.
I don't know. I'm telling you,
Tim, it's like 30 grams difference. Like you don't feel it when you're on the wrist. When it's on the wrist, Tim.
I gotta tell you, I do feel it
Hey,
a little.
Then get a titanium watch, Tim.
No,
ounces add up to pounds, Marco, on a long day hiking.
Yeah,
But these are grams. These are grams. It's even less.
it does impact.
It
Like,
adds up. It adds up.
you'd be surprised. You'd be very surprised. And I do recommend when you go on a hike, bring your sub. Bring your sub. Or better, Bruce Wayne. Bruce
Wait,
Wayne.
who
No,
goes
don't
on?
bring dude, don't bring your sub. It might rain. Like, don't even do that.
Why would I
Get
bring
it.
my? Why would I bring a sub or a GMT? And why would I go on a hike to begin with?
Luis Flores, in their new video, when they were speaking about the wires, wasn't strange that now they need an appointment with a banker to send one? They might only do that when there is account issue. Yeah, I think actually because when they pulled that stunt, a lot of people got scared and they filed some kind of.
Right. Well, the bank had caught wind also that one of their clients could potentially is going dark, so they freeze your accounts, right?
Yeah.
Or if they can't get a hold of you, you know what I mean? If somebody tried to contact them, they didn't get a hold of them, they freeze your accounts right away. They're not. Come on, they're not gonna let you run off with the money.
Or I don't
So
know
I
if
think-
that's or is that a code?
Right. We're making assumptions here,
Yeah.
but like we don't know what really happened. It could be something else. Maybe, who knows? It could be any number of things, right?
Yeah, and I think that problem might still be sticking with them until now. Stan Veskimai, 30-pound backpack and wearing about 30 grams on the wrist. Well, a 30-pound backpack, that's a lot. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
you can
put
get your
bring.
base weight below 30 pounds.
Yeah, I'm hoping for like below 20. My goal is something below 20. That's crazy. 30 pounds. Dear Artifact Tim, come on, man. You got to wear Rolex Explorer 36 mil. It's the icon of the mountains. You won't be spelunking, so you don't need Explorer 2. That's a really good point. And I'm not going to now. If I was going to hike in Alaska, where it's like the sun never sets, right? When you actually need like a 24-hour hand. Then I would say, yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the mountains. I'll go Explorer 1, and then, oh man, I'm gonna take it to the base camp, guys. I wanna go Mount Everest base camp hike. I need to wear the Explorer 1, guys. You know what I'm gonna do too? I'm gonna get that shit engraved when I completed the hike.
The Everest?
Yeah, no, not the Everest. That's gonna be in the future. I'm gonna put
You're gonna try and summit Everest? What are you, nuts?
Well, what is the base camp?
The base camp?
Yeah,
What's
what
the
is the base camp? I think it's like halfway point.
Oh yeah, it's the halfway point, right?
Yeah, I'm
or
gonna go to
somewhere
the
like
halfway.
that.
Yeah,
There's a
because-
village there, isn't there, or something
Yes,
like that? Like
yeah.
people live there.
yeah. So I'm gonna hike to the base camp. I don't think I can summit it. Let's be real. Maybe sometime. It's actually very expensive. I don't know how much they charge for it to go up to Mount Everest, but it's like $10,000. I think that was before. Yeah, you didn't know that? It was $10,000. That was cheap. You didn't, Marco. You didn't know this?
Why would you spend $10,000 to go walking? I could do that for free right by my local river.
Yeah, man, it's expensive because there's a lot of foot traffic. So in order to limit the traffic, they charge people.
But how do they know
10,000.
who pays and who doesn't? What do they give you, an anklet?
Well,
or
there's a
something?
trail. There's like a trail. So you get there.
You get like a permit.
God bless.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, you need a permit. Otherwise, you're gonna get tickets. There's all kinds of stuff. But 10K to go walking. Jimmy. Yeah, right?
That's what I'm saying, man.
Base camp is at
60,000 US to summit Everest?
oh
Oh
Wait.
my goodness. What are they nuts?
oh yeah, I told you it cost like 60K to something. They raised
60,000?
the price. Yeah, they raised the price.
Who's coming
Inflation.
with you to Everest? Oh, it must be because of like the danger, I guess.
Yeah, I
Because
mean
the
there's a
danger is-
rescue crew. If you're trying to go there, there's a helicopter. So if you need to call, they'll pick you up if there's any yeah, it's like they cover you. They got your back. So you're doing it in kind of very safe way. There's guides that will go with you. It's kind of they take you on the trip. I would fucking love to do that, but it's just I'm incapable of doing it today. But holy shit, it's one of the things that I would do, like raise money for. Forget about the two-tone Tim. Fuck that shit. wait, it's 60,000. Forget about it. It's impossible. I'm gonna have to sell all my Rolex. Is it worth it?
Hell no, Tim. What are you nuts? I mean, we're $10,000.
No, think about it. Think about it.
How much is the Colorado hack costing you? I hope it's nothing. I hope it's a free
No,
trail.
it's not bad. No.
What do you mean
It's
not
like-
bad?
Well, it's
You have
the
to
airplane
pay?
ticket,
Okay, gotcha.
Well,
and
you
then
gotta-
I mean it's
and you're
free.
doing-
There's
are
no
you doing like food and that type of stuff.
resupply. Yeah.
Yeah, your resupply spots and stuff.
Yeah, I got those 4 towns that I'm gonna stop at to resupply. I think I'm gonna send myself 2 boxes that I'm just gonna pick up, and there's 2 locations where I'm just gonna, because I'm gonna have a whole day, so I'll go shopping. I'll buy the food, bring it to the hotel room, maybe do a little live stream to update on what the hell I'm up to.
Have the Explorer 2 at one of your resupply posts, and then you can swap them and then send your Explorer back.
Dude, should I risk that? That would be freaking crazy.
I don't know who's holding it for you. I mean, if like Bud Stud's like the one of your resupply spots, then
Dear Artifact, Tim, no, don't sell your Rolex to climb Everest. Just no, but that'd be cool. Maybe by then, if Daytona is worth 70,000 in like 10 to 15 years, well, it has to be 10 years because I think after I'm 40, I will not be able to do it. So if 10 years, if it's worth, maybe I think that would be a worthy. I think that would be a worthy reason to sell it. Oh. And so what I'm going to do after I finish, if I'm able to finish this Colorado hike, I'm going to have it engraved on the back.
what's it gonna say?
It's just going to say CT. That's the shorthand for Colorado Trail.
Yep.
And then we're going to put 2021. And then I'm going to do other hikes and I'm going to like big stuff. And I'm going to keep engraving the back. And this is the watch that I want to give away at 100,000 subs. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Tim, you want to see something crazy?
Let's see it.
So, a Collected Man, which is like a vintage watch or a watch reseller, probably one of the most reputable there are. They just listed a George Daniels Millennium in yellow gold. You want to see the price, Tim?
Yeah, let's see it.
Let's see.
Just
the price.
quickly, I'm gonna answer
How
Van
many-
Lux.
how many-
Tim, what
how
if
many
your
Everest
AD?
trips?
Tim, what if
12
your AD
Everest
is
trips,
watching?
roughly.
Part
Yeah,
of the
12.
reason that I was able to get the Explorer 1 because I said I want to take it on the hike. So they knew it that I need it for a purpose. Here we go. What the hell? You can take a whole expedition on a hike to the Everest. 10 people. 10 people.
It's 12 Everest trips right here.
Can't believe it.
You could hire someone
Man.
to.
Oh, I
You could
know
hire
this
someone
guy.
to Sherpa you up to Everest.
Right.
Unbelievable.
But only 47 pieces created in the world.
Wow.
But yeah, this is pretty incredible.
Man, that's so expensive though. How much do you think that
This
it was?
is all hand engraved, by
sold?
the way. All this stuff is all. I mean, this is pretty exceptional, guys.
And it's all
Wow.
good. It's all gold.
Unbelievable. Imagine if this is what the cars in Chrono got in the box. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
the-
no, that's not what he got.
I'm just saying. This is freaking
You
ridiculous.
want to see the full movement shot? Give me a full movement shot. What the hell?
The
is
money
this?
shot.
There we go.
Nice. Wow.
Guilloche,
Wow.
Phew.
Deserving.
That's incredible. So classy, it's just simple, and you can tell from afar that this is Daniels right there. Wow.
Pretty neat stuff, guys. Pretty neat stuff.
Whew,
There you go.
collected man.
You guys want to watch talk?
Eh,
There you go.
that's you know what? That's like a whole Richard Mille worth of profit in that watch. Multiple Richard Milles, I think.
Right.
Companies should hire them for their watch photos, though. Collective Mint has
Yeah.
awesome watch photos if you're really into
Yeah, they're really good.
watch
Mm.
photography.
Guys, make sure you answer the poll question in the comments. We got 82 votes so far. It's very close. It's very close. 54% people say get the Explorer, take the Explorer 1 36 mil because of the base weight, and 47 say the Explorer 2. Guys, make sure your voice is heard. Answer the poll question.
I don't know that the base weight is their driving decision factor, Tim. That might be yours, but
It is mine. It is a meme. Oh man.
But they have some great stuff here. You want to see another good one?
Yeah, let's see. Let's see. The Collective Man has a lot of good stuff. What is this? It looks like a
Platinum.
reverse.
Carrie Voutilainen. This is Carrie. So he made this originally in titanium, but this one's housed in platinum. And there's only 10 in the world of these. Only 10.
Wow.
Yeah, this is pretty.
The Voutilainen. It's pretty cool.
so Tim, are you gonna have something else that tells you the date though? That's not electronic.
The
Because I do
watch.
think
The watch.
that would be
The
one-
phone. The phone.
And
By the way,
okay,
Tim. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if there's not because what one good function about the Explorer 2 is that it will have the date for you so that you're able to keep track of days as you're getting all
I
famished
know,
and
it's a
wasting
bummer.
away and yeah. But
It's a bummer
if you got your
because,
phone
you know,
able to charge it. Then,
I do have to be on track, but you know, it's. I think I'll get used to it. Like I'm still in the process, like what date it is, because, for example, I'll be taking like 5. I will start the trail from Denver, and I'm bringing with me 5 days of worth of food, right? So I do have to make it at certain pace, although it's a very slow pace. But after 5 days, I have to be in Breckenridge. And there's this shuttle bus, so I know that shuttle bus leaves like every hour, and it's free. So it goes from the trail to Breckenridge, and then in Breckenridge, I'm gonna spend a day or two, and that's where I'm gonna meet my family, and they wanna hike with me a little bit, and then we go from Breckenridge, we go to, and I forgot the city because I just got I just did the modification today, because I wasn't gonna stop in that town, but because of them, because they can only come for 4 days, I would have to make that second stop. So it is cool to know that you're on track and what is happening, but I think I'll just try to use the phone because my GPS is on the phone.
okay.
Yeah. Hello, Quicker Draw. How's it going? No audio. Yep, no audio. Okay. Voutilainen.
Tim,
How much is this? How much is this, Marco?
120,000.
Whoo!
144,000. By the way, Tim, you see these two? You see the two blue escape wheels?
Oh yeah.
So that's called the Breguet's Échappement Naturel. It's the natural escapement. Very few watchmakers actually do that, but it's very technically difficult to do. So yeah, just something you guys should read up and study about. It's pretty interesting how it works and why it's cool and unique.
And now, what does that do? Does that
basically it's more
releases-
efficient?
Oh, it's more
Reduces
efficient.
friction on parts. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, and this is just time, just hours and minutes. That's it, right?
Yeah, this is this is a big departure from Carrie's usual work because he's known mostly for his dials, and this is dial-less, right?
It's beautiful. Actually,
cool.
I like
That's
this
really cool.
dial-less dial, right?
Right. He's not one for sketch, but he had to actually, because this is typically a movement or somewhat similar to a movement he would regularly produce for the 28 models, which are personally my favorite, but he had to completely change the movement because he had to flip it around essentially. So that's why you'll see on the back of it, there's the running seconds and the power reserve indicator.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But it's pretty
Wow.
cool. Like you legit see pretty much everything, which is really nice.
Roar of the Tiger says that, Tim, if you have time, there's a famous aviation museum in Breckenridge. Let me just put that in my
Pull up the
notes.
Laurent Perrier.
I gotta take a work call though, so I gotta take off.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I
Reserve.
think in the
later,
next 15 minutes, probably
Cool.
something like that.
Congrats getting Paul Thorpe on though. That's awesome. Looking
Yeah.
forward to his interview.
Man, that was freaking amazing,
All right.
and I'm just so glad that he wants to collaborate with this community.
That'd be cool.
It's a
All
big.
right. See you guys later. See you later, Parker.
Take care.
Take care, Bourbon.
See you, Marco.
Small step for Paul Thorpe, but big step for the wristwatch community.
It's not my favorite. It's too simple. It's a good price though.
I like simplicity.
I'm talking
Sometimes you
about
get
the
really lost.
This is very simple. Very simple.
Laurent Perrier.
Yeah.
Laurent Perrier.
They had actually another good one. Hold on.
How much is that? Oh, that's not too bad. 63,000.
36,000.
I said it in reverse. You know,
Ooh, this is Rodent One's Grail watch. I think he likes the rose gold version.
really?
Yes, this is the Romain Gaultier micro order.
What?
There's a lot to love, but I really like this piece. This is
Whoa.
really nice. But you see, like here, so I can show. So you see, for example, Tim, like right here, it'll go this jewel right here where the rooted rotor is.
Yes.
So see how there's like an interior bevel and then it goes back outward?
Yeah.
So that interior angling is actually probably the most difficult finishing technique to do. And you could count. So there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 6 interior angles just on the dial side alone. And then you can turn it over. And then this is also beautifully finished.
It
one
looks like
thing-
they're going out of their way to make those angles to increase the number of them.
Right. It's more technical that way.
Ah.
And one thing
Wow.
you might notice is if you look at Chanel's hot horology watches, the movement is very similar with like these like flower style barrels.
Yeah.
Well, Chanel actually has a stake not only in Journe but also in Romain Gaultier, and
Yeah.
he's responsible for all their hot horology pieces, which is pretty
Ah.
cool. Actually, I didn't know he had a stake in Romain Gaultier. It was CB, our good friend CB, who told me.
Wow.
Because I did not know that before. But yeah,
Wait,
this
I
is
think-
spectacular also.
By the way, something funny. When I was doing that stream with Paul Thorpe, CB said that what is Lennon Tim is doing here, and I didn't know what he was talking about. And now that you guys sent me the meme, I'm like, this explains it all. Anaki Chan, $5. From what I read, to get to Everest Base Camp is about 14 days. Slow track to acclimate before even climbing the actual Everest itself. Whoa! What? That's so cool. Shoot. Oh, I can't wait, man. I wasn't thinking about that. I wasn't giving it too much thought about the Everest because I know that it was very difficult. I didn't know the technical details. But I knew that I'm going to have to do a lot of very difficult hikes before even thinking about that. But seeing the response from the community makes me really excited. Oh,
you guys
welcome
hear me?
back. Now we can hear you. Gronefeld.
Weird.
Oh. Whoa.
It's nice, but I prefer their remontoire. The remontoire is so much nicer. Well,
But it's
not
more
that
expensive. It's more expensive.
it's a lot more desirable too, Tim.
Yeah.
This is the one with the crazy movement.
Ooh.
This is nuts.
See,
I love this.
Man, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I look at that and it makes me afraid.
You don't even know what's
of
going on.
service costs. Yeah.
You don't even know what the
Afraid
fuck
of
is
service
going
costs,
on.
man.
I'm
thinking
just
like,
wondering how the fuck this
which
works.
Rolex do I have to sell to pay for for the repair?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Weekday hustle looks like a speedmeister. Oh, and this one, Christopher Johnson. What Seiko would you take to Mount Everest, man? I don't even know. Probably SKX.
SKX.
I mean, the SKX is pretty cool beater. I think
Yeah, I guess.
it's worth not it's not worth much money, but then you can come back from the hike and then flip it because
But
that's the
Tim,
sake
can't
of
you
that.
not wear a watch with a metal band because it'll freeze, right? Won't it like freeze your wrist?
But that's the beauty of SKX. It comes on rubber.
So why don't you get the Captain Willard? The Captain Willard?
Which
I
one?
thought there's a bracelet on the SKX. Oh no,
No,
there's
no,
not.
there's a rubber
It's
piece as well.
aftermarket. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it working now?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I don't know what the heck was going on with my
What
headset.
happened?
I don't know.
Dear Artifact says, Tim, if you want to work up to Everest, Mount Rainier should be your first goal, given that it's a state side. Mount Rainier. Okay.
That's in
Write it-
Washington. That's in Washington State. Yeah.
Let me write it down.
You go visit Bourbon Garden. No, I was going to ask you. Are you how much? And you probably will. How much weight do you think you'll lose during a month-long hike? So you got to factor that in when you're talking about base
Yeah.
weight and
Yeah. Well,
just estimate. I don't know.
yeah.
I mean,
well, I'm hoping to try to control a little bit, but maybe 10 pounds because I do have a lot of fat.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's going to be a problem for me. It's not like I'm it's zero body fat. So the weight
Yeah.
that I'm going to lose is mostly going to be fat because
yeah, and fat's good for energy burning.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
why you have it. So
Yeah.
okay.
Because there's a lot of people. I actually I read a lot of like some stuff like there's people who set out on a hike like this and they were
Mhm.
already at like 2, 3, 4% of body fat
Oh
and
wow,
they
yeah.
weren't eating enough. And the guy said like he had 5 days of food. And he was just so hungry, he ate it in 4 days, and then the last day he barely made it out alive. So it's always danger.
Yeah.
I mean, like if you get that hiker hunger.
No, I hear you.
Yeah. But I'm gonna count the cal. I divided everything, all my food, into daily kind of goals, and I'm trying to keep it good. I'm yeah, it's always danger, but yeah, I have body fat, so it's not gonna be a problem for me. There's a simple reason for an expensive permit to climb Everest. Nepal is a poor country. Why do you think it's a competitive for their young men to be Gurkha in the British Army? Yeah, I mean it's not only that. It's just that like you don't want too many people going up there because they will be putting wear and tear on the trail. And I think there's like one famous picture where there's like people like a whole line of people lining up to summit the thing.
Jesus Christ! Can you guys hear the thunder outside?
Oh, now you got
Yeah, I
thunder?
can. Yeah. That was our weather system, I think, last week.
It's fucking crazy.
It's finally made it up there.
And dear Artifact, at the watch cardinal, it's not actually because the bracelet will freeze, it's because your arm swells expansively at the altitude and can cut off circulation on your hand. Man, the glide lock. Yeah, with the rubber strap, you can
Rubber.
loosen it. Yeah, so I guess I do need to get a rubber bracelet for my Explorer 1 and maybe for Explorer 2 as well. Mahdi said, Tim, you are, for example, probably on 30% body fat. I
That's
mean, I
just
have the
rude.
thing that can check, but I think I'm like 24.
That's just rude, guys. Come on.
No, it's the fact of life. Because I eat Taco Bell. Taco Bell gives you fat. That should be their slogan. Oh, yeah.
Still probably the healthiest fast food out there.
Right, surprisingly. Yeah. How'd you know that?
Oh, I read an article a while back on how Demolition Man predicted the future.
Oh,
You remember that? You guys seen that movie Demolition Man? You should check it out.
I don't think so. No. What did
Just
they
a-
say?
It's a Stallone movie. No, there's a ad placement in there, right?
Oh.
With
Yeah, I
Taco
remember
Bell.
there's like a movie where
is
there's
in
like
that.
just Taco Bells or something
Yeah,
outside. And
yeah,
it was
it's
the
in-
great war of the
Yeah.
fast foods.
It takes place in the future, so it's funny.
Anaki Chan, $2. Thank you for the super chats, guys. I really appreciate it. Tim, will you live stream on the summit? I'll try to do. Yeah. I can try to do. If I have reception, I'll try to do like live streams on my YouTube channel, but they're not gonna be using the StreamYard. So there's gonna be like raw. So I cannot bring up like super chat onto the screen. I can just talk over it, or I can read them. And if you guys want to super chat, or I cannot bring up comments onto the screen. I can only read what is said. But I could probably do like half hour, maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have lunch there. So
okay. Hey,
I'll
what do you
try.
guys think about? What do you guys think about? Because I'm a chronograph guy at heart, right? What do y'all think about the Defy El Primero? Other than the fact that it's huge, it's big. The 21. You know what I'm talking
You know
about?
what? There's some good budget Defies out there.
The chronograph,
think-
yeah. The chronograph's the one I'm like eyeballing.
Oh, it's titanium, right?
Yes, sir. But the bracelet, obviously, I'm not. I mean, I can always get rubber some other time.
Rubber.
Not cheap.
Yes, rubber. Yes. Yeah, it's roughly. I think I might
It's actually not that expensive
found one for
on the
80.
secondary market.
Yes.
Yeah, surprisingly, they drop like meteorite.
Yeah, I found one for 82, and you can go to Jumma Shop and get one for 86. But
I think it's got legs. You know what I mean? It's like, actually, if you look at this, it's almost like a super luxury version of the Tissot that you got. Is there something about right? The
no,
curve?
that's no. Hey, look, man, I'm enjoying it. I've wore it today.
Yeah,
and I like it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
How's the feel? How's the feel when you have that Tissot in your hand? Does it feel solid, or do you feel there's some looseness?
It's not. No, it's not janky. I like to wear it a little bit loose because my skin expands a lot. You know, depending on how much water I'm putting down.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then I go to work out and it blows up. Yes, it is. I think it's good quality for what you're paying. Yeah.
Same, we got AC3 in 3 minutes.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start the wrap up. Wow, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you had fun. I want to thank Paul Thorpe for coming onto the show and talking to me, talking to the crew. I want to thank Marco, JJ, Bourbonhard, Quick Draw. Thank you guys for. Yeah, I'm so glad that we're actually able to get some watch talk near the end.
Mm-hmm.
Was able to share what I'm gonna be up to, and yeah, guys, it's all cool. Just really, before you guys leave, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. I would really, really appreciate it. It just really means a lot to me. I did take 2 hours off work to get here. I know I said it many times, but that's the least I can ask. And and I'll see you over at AC3's channel. So yeah. Oh wait, actually, you know what? It's been a while since I played this song, and I really feel like playing it up right now. I'm gonna end this, and let me play this.
We at the top again, I would help you lay the crown, but count us higher than a mountain. And we be up here for the long run, strap in for a long one. We got everybody on one. Now you coming at the king, so you better not miss. And we only get stronger with everything I carry up on my back. You should paint it up with a target. Why would you dare me to do it again? Come get your spoiler, but we're taking over. We're taking over. Hey, look at you loving my name. You ought to know by now that we're stars lighting up, think you're dreaming of greatness. Send you back home, let you wake up. Why would you dare me to do it again? Come and get your sport.